Hey, what's up guys? My name is Brendan Repug. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I have some PlayStation 4 Pro gameplay for you guys today and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I want to give you my thoughts on the PlayStation 4 Pro and my thoughts on the Volk as well in this game, because I did tell you guys in my last video that we're going to be doing little series and all of that with certain guns, and I know this is hardcore, but I definitely want the Volk to be in the hardcore, and we're going to do a core gameplay with it as well. I have tons of Volk gameplays, but I want to give you like just, you know, how I feel about the gun and so on about that. So let's get into the PlayStation 4 Pro and talk about some fairly big noticeable differences that I've personally noticed from playing. So as you guys know, Infinite Warfare is a fairly smooth game so far. You know, it usually runs at 60 FPS, but you will have drops here and there. Now, something I've noticed, which I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to tell any difference from playing PS4. I mean, well, let's just say watching PS4 than watching a PS4 Pro, because this is one of the supported games, and I feel that it does run a lot smoother. There's a noticeable difference. It's small, but there's a noticeable difference. And if you're playing on like 4K, you can play 2160p on this at 30 FPS, or it might run at 60, but I haven't really played it in 4K yet because I don't have a 4K monitor. I'm just running 1080p curved. I have a Samsung one that's really good. I only have 4 millisecond response time. It's not 1, so it's not amazing, but honestly, it feels very close to 1 millisecond if you guys are a little bit picky with that, because I did have a BenQ, and milliseconds playing Call of Duty and all of that really matter. But I've noticed since I've got the PS4 Pro, you know, playing Call of Duty, a lot of my stuff that I get killed, like if I get a kill, I mean, I'll get them first, I guess. It's really hard to explain. So one of the noticeable things, though, that were changed was the frames per second, and you're supposed to get a 60 FPS constant on this game. And now it does drop down to like 30 to 40, which you can tell you just have to play some PC or play something with different FPS. Like, a very good example, which I'm going to put up a video of this later just to showcase it because I thought it was really nice, is Rise of the Tomb Raider, because you have 3 different options for that. You have enhanced visuals, which you do not need a 4K TV for, and it looks just like playing on the PC when you use enhanced visuals, but you only get 30 FPS. And then you can play with max FPS and you get above 60 with that game, and there's a noticeable difference between the frames per second and everything. And then you can play in 4K, which I haven't tested that yet, but I've played 4K on my gaming PC when I did own a gaming PC, and it was amazing. And all of that by far. So, you know, so far with like Infinite Warfare wise, the PlayStation 4 Pro was worth it. I mean, I did trade mine in, but I'm on a different perspective with mine because I needed a new PlayStation because mine kept shutting off randomly all the time, and I would have to unplug it like 3 to 5 times before it would turn on most of the time as well. So I needed a new one, but we're gonna have to play a few more games and test it out. But so far I really like it. It does heat up a lot though. The only noticeable difference with the controllers as well, you get like a little light bar, which, you know, if you guys want me to show you a video of what it all looks like so you don't have to go anywhere else, I'll definitely do that. I think I wanted to do one anyways, just to showcase it how it is and like where it heats up and stuff, as odd as that sounds, because you could have issues with something that heats up too much, you know, you never know. But that's pretty much it so far with the PlayStation 4 Pro and Infinite Warfare that I feel is really good, and we're going to talk about it more in other videos and on different games. I think Skyrim's a really good one to showcase it on as well. But yeah, this is some PS4 Pro gameplay, and you guys, like, all the gameplay I upload now is going to be from a PS4 Pro, so I'm not going to label it PS4 Pro after this unless like I need to specify like, hey, this game is PS4 Pro, because there's going to be new people that'll come to the channel and they, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like if you want to, you're going to be like, oh, that's a little bit different. Why doesn't mine run like that or do this? And like I said, very small differences, but then there's big differences that you can usually notice. And I just dropped a gate. Well, so aside from that, let's talk about the Volk now. The Volk is a really good weapon in the game so far. In hardcore, it's a one-tap, but honestly, what's not a one-tap in hardcore, to be honest, completely. So I want to go over some of the attachments I use differently and something that I've, you know, sort of caught on with a lot of guns on this game. So with the Volk on this, I tend to use the silencer a lot, and if you guys noticed, silencers in this game don't really have too much of an effect of your damage range, per se. It really just depends. You know, in hardcore, if you're across the map, you're still going to one-tap people with it. In core, yes, it's going to take a few more hits, but honestly, I found out that silencers don't really have a big effect in this game. You know, you can still do... It's... Again, there's a small notice thing you can see and all of that to where it's going to fall off a little bit. I mean, I've noticed that I'll win less gunfights, but I mean, you're going to see in the other gameplays that I'll upload after this one that I still win a lot of gunfights with... And now the first assault rifle you unlock, I think it's the KN-44. I mean, that gun's really competing with the Volk right now, but the Volk, you know, without sights or anything is extremely, extremely powerful in just core, which you guys will see that. But otherwise, you know, aside from silencers, I don't really like to use sights, especially with the Volk. I honestly would not recommend getting one unless you're going for headshots like I am, hence why I'm using the sights, the reflex, whatever you would like to call it. And it's just because I feel like the gun, even with a grip, still has too much kick, and you're going to hit more stuff with a normal sight with quick draw than you would with like an ELO or anything else. And that's, you know, from my experience, something that I've noticed by far. So it really honestly just depends, to be honest with it. Now, if we're going to talk about grips in this game, foregrips work. They work in a very small way. I don't feel like there's too much recoil being deducted. And honestly, I feel like it should be when a gun has increased recoil, stability, and everything, that's how your grip should feel with it. But maybe that's why they did it. They want you to go out and get other guns and all that, use different stuff. And the KN-44, the epic one, or it's the purple one, I don't know if they call it epic. And I thought they'd call them legendary. I think it's like an epic or something, or rare. Purple, or whatever you would like to call it. We'll say it's above a rare. It's a purple, and we're gonna showcase some gameplay of that too. That gun is actually pretty, by far, off the charts, per se. As many times as I say per se, you can hit me. But yeah, so all of the attachments on that so far that I've mentioned are what I usually use. So I guess my all-time loadout with the Volk, I'd probably use a grip, quick draw, silencer, and there is this thing that I cannot think of the name of it. It's the thing that regenerates your energy weapon energy and all that, so you can pretty much run around, not have to reload, and you're literally set for life with the gun and all of that. So it works really well. But otherwise, if you guys would like to see the Volk more in depth, and we'll do we're gonna do another video in core and get these series going and all that. But if you guys would like to see more, let me know in the comments down below. Give me your feedback and what you guys would like to see down there below as well. All the stuff helps out, feedback, anything. I greatly, really appreciate it. That guy has a Volk corruption that just killed me recently, and I'm fairly jealous of that, per se, because, per se, it gives you more experience. And aside from all of that, guys, I'm going to be possibly giving out some double XP codes around Christmas time for this game, so you guys can get some double XP tokens and all that too. So just stay tuned in the future videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. My name's Brennan or BPUG. Be sure to share and like the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you'd like to see more Call of Duty content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.